Well, founded in 2017, the Veterans Ranch uses equine therapy to assist veterans suffering from PTSD. This ranch is currently relocating its headquarters to North Texas, where it will be able to serve 10,000 veterans and their families per year. Vice President J.R. Smith joins us now from the Cowboy Channel studios for an update. And J.R., so happy to have you here. You know, I just think this is amazing. I'd like to start just by asking you how you guys came up with the idea for Veterans Ranch.
Honestly, it was the good Lord. I couldn't have come up with this amazing idea by myself. My dad always taught me to keep a legal pad by the bed in case you get an idea in the middle of the night. A lot of legal pads went a lot of nowhere. This one has gone everywhere. October of 2017, scribbled the word ranch on a legal pad and had no idea what it meant. 2 weeks later, my wife and I are sitting in a restaurant, and 20 little bar napkins later, the ideas for the ranch were born. And December 17, we were an official charity. And, you know, my dad's a Vietnam veteran, his brother was a veteran, and I had 3 friends went right to the sandbox in Iraq right out of high school in 1991. So we're an extremely patriotic family and just couldn't wait to put this together once, you know, we were shown how it needed to happen. What
a tremendous idea. And boy, what a way to come about this idea. It sounds like it was meant to be. I know that horses, so many organizations, right, use horses for therapy. Speak to that a little bit. Why are horses a great thing, especially helping veterans with PTSD?
Well, we call them God's majestic animal. You know, they really can feel a gnat land on their back, and they're blood pumping mirrors. They know everything about you 10 to 15 feet away. So whether it's stress, anxiety, fear, happiness, whatever it might be, they're going to reflect back to you what you're putting to them. So just by simply initially putting a grooming brush in a veteran's hand, getting their hands on that horse, working that rhythmic motion, helps them detach their mind a little bit, leave some baggage at the door, if you will. And, you know, what we always say is through horses, you can come full circle and lay down any heavy coats of burden and walk off that new and improved version of yourself.
Yeah, I love that. I'd like you to talk about what happens when a veteran gets there. What are the first few steps, and what do they encounter when they first arrive at the ranch?
They don't really know what they're going to encounter. We leave that kind of a secret. We do sit down and talk with them. I'm not a psychologist, but I want to know if there's anything going on they need to deal with. My wife, who's actually the president, and my dad, again, a Vietnam veteran, can speak to it from a boot-to-boot kind of scenario. We want to see if there's anything above our pay grade, if you will, that needs to be dealt with. Then the very first thing we're going to do is just put them in with the horses and let them get comfortable. Generally, they don't pick the horse. We all know the horse picks them. And then that's when we get them comfortable, because a lot of times we're dealing with city slickers that have never been around horses before. And there's that size to weight fear factor that always comes into play. And then we put a grooming brush in their hand. And from there, we put them in a round pen where it's just them, the horse, a round pen, and a training flag. They truly have to build a bond of trust with an animal inherently born not to trust anyone.
Yeah. So right about now, serving about 500 to 1,000 veterans, is that correct? And you're going to expand, moving to a new location. Tell us about that.
That is correct. We are relocating our headquarters from Lakeland, Florida, just on the Gulf side near Tampa, to North Texas. We are in the process right now of looking at about a 44-acre piece of property. It's got 80 stalls on it, an indoor-outdoor arena, so 105 Texas heat or 25 in the winter, we're going to be able to get stuff done. And again, this is free of charge to veterans and immediate household family. So yeah, 5,000 to 10,000 veterans a year, Monday through Saturday, because we don't work, even though there's never a day off on a ranch. Sundays are for God, family, NASCAR, and Dallas Cowboy football.
I love that. So how does this work? Do people, they come in and you said free of charge, which is mind-boggling, because I know you have to have a team of people to make this work. Do veterans fly in, they stay there? And what's the program? Is it an extended period of time?
Yeah, it's a variance. Some will come week after week, kind of like a therapy appointment. They come once a week. Maybe if they're local, they come for 2 or 3 days. Once we achieve this property, we'll be putting short-term housing, small cabins, if you will, on the property to where they can stay a week, a month, up to a year to get back on their feet. But it's not 3 hots in a cot. They're going to cowboy up with the rest of us and be out there mucking stalls and, just learning how to do some new things in their life.
Yeah, something about getting your hands dirty and being with animals all the time really helps the soul. Thank you so much. So impressed by this and tremendous work. As Vice President of the Veterans Ranch, J.R. Smith.